And what's up, people? Out here in the middle of nowhere with the wired Predator e-bike, about 10 miles from home on these trails. Never really been on some short pieces of them with the kick scooter, but those tires are so little, it's not easy off in the woods. A little bump or a root could be bad on a kick scooter. So I took the big boy out. This is definitely a big boy. 1500 watt in the back, 1000 in the front. Yeah, that fender bent a little. That's what it was rubbing. But anyway, but yeah, yesterday I noticed something not very good about it, and I contacted the company so they know about it. They haven't really responded yet, but this headlight and this mount, now this is how the picture shows it. Wire coming up the bottom, and if it's the other way, it hangs way down here, and it's just not gonna work. So this is the correct way, and they give you a little spacer to put behind here on the right there, that little spacer. Unfortunately, even with that spacer they included, it was rubbing, and it didn't just scrape the paint, it actually cut a groove in there. I could feel with your finger turning it left and right. It was just cutting it like a CNC machine. This edge was rubbing. So I contacted them and told them, and they asked me where I had the spacer, and I told them, you know, behind it, in between the bike. And even with that spacer, I showed them the video, it's still rubbing. And like I said, I'm a little concerned about the structural strength of it now, because it's not just the paint. Like I said, there's a groove in there. But I told them and showed them, along with that spacer on the right, I had a little nut that was about the same size, maybe slightly bigger than the spacer they included, and I added that on. And even doing that, it's not touching or cutting now, but still you can see how close it is. Like I said, and that it really cut a good groove in there, so I'm kind of concerned that could be like a peripheral or perforated, or like a crack that could damage it. If that breaks, that would not be good. But I don't know. I think it'll be all right, although it's aggravating because this is almost $4,000. But I know they only made 100 of them. I don't know what you would do about that except send it in and get a different one. I really don't want to send this one back. I don't want the blue one, you know. I wanted the black one, but I think the blue one's the only one they might have left if they do. But I don't know. I told them, I sent them a message and showed them, you know, even with including my own spacer, it's still almost cutting, but with the included one, it cut in there. Luckily I caught it, and I'm 99.9% positive when I put that on. And someone else on YouTube asked me how I got it on there without it rubbing, and I told them, you know, the spacer, and did it the right way, wire coming out of the bottom like the picture, and they told me. Yeah, I know it was gapped like that when I first put it on there, because I wouldn't have tightened it down. The first time it was up a little, so it was touching. I slid that down, tightened it on, and it was real close. But then after the next day, when I turned left and right, it was, and I thought it just needed a little lube. So I was looking where to lube it, like down here, and I seen that, and I was like, crap. And it was literally like CNC cutting the aluminum, and that could be bad. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it'll be an issue. It's definitely weakened the strength. It had to have. I just had to kind of keep an eye on it and see if there's any cracks that precede from it or whatever. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything's fine. I don't have to send this bad puppy back because I love this thing and I love the color, and I really just don't want to deal with that unless I have to. Like I said, I told them I don't think it'd be an issue, but I want their opinion for sure about that. Because I'm not a Karen and I don't want to send it back unless I just have to. What's this finger rubbing a little right here? I heard it. But it's okay now. But yeah, I got 360 on it. And I just put the invisible selfie stick, so I'm gonna take me a little smoky break and get back on this huge e-bike that even with the seat down, I'm on my tippy toes to touch. And I'm 5'9", 160, 170. So if you're 5'9", you're gonna be on your toes a little bit with the seat all the way down. Any smaller than that, it's gonna be difficult for you. This is a big bike, even if it don't look like it right here. It's huge. So it's definitely a big boy toy. Especially better for the people who are 6 foot and taller. That way they don't feel like a kid on some of these little bikes, which is understandable. Will definitely not make you feel like a kid because it's big. But yeah, wanted to let people know about that issue with the headlight. If you have one, check that and check it now, because it only took, like I said, overnight ride, and I've only rode it twice, 2 or 3 times tops, a few miles each time, 5 to 10 tops. And after several miles, it cut into that frame. It's part of the frame. So like I said, I showed them and told them, and I told them they should probably let people know and mail out 2 spacers with it, along with the fact I want to get like an angle grinder and kind of grind that down that edge. Yeah, but yeah, just let people know about that, because if I would have just kept going for another day, that might have cut that in half. That would have had that gap, it would have broke. It could have been very bad, especially since I'm already disabled. I just got hit by someone on my e-scooter last year, which is why I was able to get this one, to be honest. So be careful, because people don't pay attention.